All right, we're looking at Tropical Storm Sally here. Just passed over us, became a tropical storm once it got offshore of Marco Island there, and now moving to the west kind of slowly at 7 miles an hour. 40-mile-per-hour winds. It is expected to strengthen here as it moves through the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico over the next day or so. And you see getting up to 60 miles per hour by tomorrow afternoon, and by Monday and Tuesday, hurricane strength here, about 80 miles an hour or so, 80, 85 as it approaches the coastline in north central Gulf of Mexico, anywhere from, say, New Orleans, Louisiana, into Mobile, and into Gulfport, Mississippi area, somewhere in that region. Can't rule out a panhandle landfall there as they're still in the cone, but for the most part it should be a little bit farther west. For us, we're still going to see some of those banding features move through the night and even into tomorrow, and that means we're going to pick up a little bit more rain. Nothing real crazy out there. You see about 1 to 2 more inches, maybe the high end 3 or so inches. And the only time that's going to be a problem is if it's just persistent in one area and you get it over and over and over again. So that flood watch will still be in effect going until tomorrow morning. Gusty winds in those squalls too, even up to tropical storm force, 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts with those. It's still a little bit of a slight tornado threat too, so we'll keep an eye on that going through the overnight hours. Keep your phone near you. We still have tropical storm Paulette strengthening here, and it is also expected to become a hurricane right as it approaches Bermuda, kind of in the crosshairs here as a Cat 2, 100, 110 mile per hour hurricane, and it'll be prolonged too since it makes that hook right around it. They're going to see a prolonged period of hurricane force winds, and then it'll move up into the North Atlantic. We're not going to see any direct effects, but we will see some swells that will make it to our shores through much of next week. This is our brand new tropical depression here, Tropical Depression 20, way out in the Atlantic, and you'll see the land appear here, the islands there. It is expected to also become a hurricane in the upcoming days. It'll be very active next week too, but right now the thinking is it will get pulled to the north. Definitely keep an eye on this because originally the models did want to bring this a little farther to the south, but just something to watch. And yet there's that other one we were watching that has yet to develop, but has a medium chance to develop. Here at home, we're in a little bit of a lull. We have a couple of little quick showers that are moving on through. Any one of these, even though they don't look like much on the radar, they could pack a punch with some gusty winds. You see this one here moving in, probably going to scrape right by Palm Beach there and West Palm, move up into the Gardens and Singer Island in a matter of 10, 15 minutes. The core of the storm down here, this is where all the heavy rain is, even a tornado threat down, but greater down to the south and along the west coast, but a stray one is still possible to move up into our area. So we'll keep an eye on that. Temperatures right now in the 80s. Watch Vipercast. It still continues to pump in these bands from time to time here through the nighttime hours and even into tomorrow. A little bit less tomorrow and a couple breaks out there, but still notice this is Sunday afternoon where we still have some periods of heavy rain. Finally, I think by Monday we'll start to shift it around a little bit. Highs in the middle 80s tomorrow. So still some periods of rain tomorrow. Then this moves out. We'll see the chance of rain in the morning along the coast shifting towards the west coast in the afternoon. And then, well, as we get into next week, less rain and more sunshine. So we've lowered those rain chances here Tuesday through most of next week. Boating forecast will be improving, although it's still going to be kind of rough out there. And then the new swell arriving for the Treasure Coast here by Monday, Tuesday. Highs go back into the upper 80s to near 90 once we see more sunshine and a drier week ahead.